go in you, yo, this crystal trip. Back up in the mix.
Welcome in, beautiful souls. Coming into this space to dive deep into the unknown, to make it known.
Beautiful melody.
A little.
You see, I am something like an MC of the galactic cosmos, here to be the heaven on earth, a bridge of the holy divinity in the flesh of the earth.
The reason why the divine had me read that is because everything was created with an intent plus energy. Ra wants you to know that information is given to you solely so that you can not judge it, though you can. That's a free will choice. But you can discern it. We're walking atom bombs, the energy that we hold. And all Ra wants you to know is that they did it. They shifted their whole planet. They came in as one consciousness, wholeness. If they could do it, they know we can do it.
So the whole circle is God, or it is the creation creator. And then within that circle, you have those tiny circles in the top left and the bottom right. And then you also have the line that creates the separation of yin and yang. So within that circle, what fills in and creates the yin and the yang that's inside of the circle, that is all of us. We are within the circle, creating the details inside of the circle while the circle is still happening. And that is oneness right there. And that also shows you that you can actually detach from this world. You can detach from needing to control, to save, to fix what is outside of you, because you're already in a swimming pool of consciousness, swimming in the pool together, no matter which end of the pool you go to. It looks like the heart is a passageway down to the earth. So what I'm really sensing is, with reclaiming your energy.
Do you mean that this fifth density entity? Vibration. The questioner says, do you mean that this fifth density entity visualizes certain symbols? And look at what we got here. Welcome in. Why, hello, Marcus. Welcome in. We are wholeness. We are only separated from wholeness for a short period of time. We can merge back into wholeness whenever we want. All we have to do is become aware. Life is meant to be lived. So many choices, so many infinite possibilities. Every time someone learns something and they write it down and they share it with others, that's helping us to recall our wholeness, our oneness with the consciousness that is everything, and that is nothing. We are part of an integral system. It never had a beginning. It will never have an end. Yeah, I know the divine is whispering, but they think death is an end, and it's not an end. It's an opening to another chapter. It's hard for us to see that because we're human. We created a whole story behind death. But it's only another It's only stepping into another dimension. There has been so many that have moved in my vibration of hardship and death and inconvenience and lack. But these are all stories. They're all part of us. They hurt. But that's because we were given feelings and we were given emotions. And then we were asked if we wanted to just embark in this playground full of opportunities. And guess what? Our higher being said yes. I know that we believe that our body and our mind, oh, how could we agree to something like this? We're tools. We're the vehicle. What do you want to be? Do you want to be the Maserati? Do you want to be the Volkswagen Bug? Do you want to be that 1966 Mustang? We're the vehicle. We're living vehicles, growing and expanding. And Ra has come to us and said, I'm going to give you the cheat codes because we already did it. We did it in a slightly different dimension, slightly different time zone, but we did it. And we've been watching you for a long time. We've been trying to get you to understand, actually become and sit with the one that overstands everything. Because that's where you used to sit. So what I'm going to read to you right now, before we begin with Ra, I'm going to read to you from the Divine Design. It says that we've come here to expand on two universal, or within two universal laws, that free will and the energetic field will always be. Free will allows all consciousness to create its own unique expression. You are unique, and you were given every tool in your backpack to create. You were given every free will to choose. Even when you bump up against somebody that's not seeing how you flow, it's okay. And the dimensional field that surrounds us, encases us, allows us to vibrate within the quantum field that's inside of 3D. There's two. It allows us to bump up against the inevitable. It's always something's always gonna happen. Something's always gonna expand. Something is always going to change and evolve. And that's something very special to the divine is you. It says free will allows all consciousness to create its own unique expression through its choice in frequency and dimensional field. The energetic field surrounds each consciousness as soon as they split from source. You do split from source, just for a little while, however long it takes for your higher being to begin to recall. This allows for you to experience the quantum field in a sovereign energetic container. Did you get that? You're a sovereign, energetic container. Sovereignty provides for safety. A sovereign consciousness is held in a safe field for its own light without any interference, unless you so choose to allow the interference to reign. Your free will choice. Consciousness cannot impact a sovereign, and that means higher consciousness, higher beings from any realm, anywhere, cannot impact your sovereignty, and they know this. They know this. They can't usurp your free will. Just like you came into this room with a free will. Nobody twisted your arm. And this is what the divine is saying. The divine is saying, I am giving you information from all realms, everywhere. It just happens to be today, Ra is channeling. Every time we read a book, every time we listen to a piece of music, every time we watch a movie, every time we sit and have a conversation, the divine is channeling to you. The divine is giving you little bits of clues. But see, the divine says, I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make him drink. The divine can't make you learn it. That's up to you. This is why Ra answers questions as so that it does not, he, they, it, whatever your label is, does not take away your free will to live exactly the way you want to live. How you want to live, how you want to express. We are just here as the container for the divine to move through Ra to teach us some more. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Leave what doesn't resonate in the container called Ra, in this book. And if you want to use it, then allow yourself to take it in and let it resonate the way it needs to resonate for you, the sovereign, individually beautiful being that you are, and then create with it, however it fits you. Over to you, Marcus.
Sandy. I see why we wore the green today. A whole lot of the heart chakra opening. I see. Wow. Thank you so much for that. And thank you all for tuning in and being live with us tonight. And yeah, I just feel like there's so much in the air lately, ever since this full moon in the last couple of days. And I know for myself, I've had some whirlwinds going on around me. Some of my close people, a good brother of mine, he's facing some pretty unfortunate circumstances regarding legal life, just all to, flower, cannabis. And just a very misfortunate circumstance that happened. And this is a really good brother of mine that's a music artist and just loves sharing his passion and helping others. So just really being present for that right now, trying to be a support system, as it's really not something that was expected to face, and also pretty hard for his family as well. So there's that going on in the air, and just really interesting energies lately. But with everything going on, you know, I still feel like I'm that middle path that's just observing, and it's like, wow, I really feel these things and what's going on. But I still feel my sovereignty. And that feeling right there it's really beyond me. And I'm grateful for it. So I just really hold my love for those that could use love right now. And may we support each other in the ways that we can during the times where one another may feel a little down or feel like they've lost a little hope or connection. And just remember, guys, you never know what anybody's going through. You never know what they're facing. You never know what they're trying to process. So with that being said, I thank you all for being present, sharing your vulnerability with us, and enjoying these spaces. We definitely put our hearts into these spaces unconditionally for you guys. And that's why we are embodying this green ray tonight. A little insight about the green ray too. Me and Sandy had no idea that we were going to be rocking green tonight. I ended up turning my green light on, then I put green on the ticker. Didn't even see that connection. And then she came in with the green tank top. So we're opening the heart chakra tonight. And with that, may we just allow ourselves to flow in unconditional love. And whatever rises in our emotions tonight, whatever rises in our minds, may we allow ourselves to process it and just to feel it and to sense it and to see what the universe has. Because I tell you what, I feel like we're in a time of great change. And that change is within and then without as well. And with that, I'm back to Sandy as we dive into the raw material, the law of one.
And before we dive into the law of one, I want to hold a little space for Marcus's friend. I want to share just a little bit of light language. Because sometimes when you don't know what to say for someone, because you don't know what their free will is, what they're speaking for themselves, sometimes for me, light language works because it's me going and saying, Father, give me the words. Mother, give me the words. Because I don't know what his intent is for himself. But I know that the divine will find that vibration for him and be right on point with it. So if you feel like you want to hold some space, feel free, go ahead and do it. If you feel this is not part of what you want to do, it's okay. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. As Marcus holds his name in this vibration, Malakieto e naka aita eshe shenatota a. Shino toku utia na ta e ne na kuate e. Shiso toku ade e no ta e. E shishino totoko a wa senata e. Shisoka a te sa toku utia enda e ne na kwa a yese moku ate ne. E shishino ta a. Me to shishino toku unda. Me to shishino ku unda. E shin. Shinotoku o tai iena. Matuku o na shi na enate. Kea shonoku unda ne te ena wate ena wate e. Se solote. Se lum ta tena. E shena ku atena. E shinotoku unda e. Wanda kia se salana kua. Anda a. Yes, Shunoto. Ashe. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. When you are ready, come back to one. Take a breath in. Release. And if you'd like to release that energy connection, go ahead right now. Just say, I release it, and let it go. If you want to hold on to that energy connected and give it more energy for healing and growth for this young man, let it be so. Thank you. Are we ready?
I believe so.
Then here we go. The questioner asks Ra, then when we experience in this seemingly difficult or difficulty the wisdom of the first distortion, and for the reason must fully accept that which we experience, this is my personal view. Is it congruent with Ra's? I am Ra. In our view, we would perhaps go further in expressing appreciation of this opportunity. This is an intensive opportunity in that it quite marks in its effect, both actual and potential, as an effect of the instrument's distortion towards pain and other difficulties, such as dizziness. It enables the instrument to continuously choose to serve others or to serve the Creator. Forgive me, not or to serve the Creator, and to serve the Creator. Similarly, it offers a continual opportunity for each in the group to express support under more distorted and difficult circumstances of the other self experiencing the brunt, shall we say, of this attack. Thus, being able to demonstrate the love and light of the infinite Creator, and furthermore, working to continue to serve as messengers for the information which we attempt to offer and serve the Creator thereby. Thus, the opportunities are quite noticeable, as well as the distortions caused by this circumstance. The questioner says, thank you. Is this so-called attack offered to myself? And they put in the book they wrote name. Okay. But at that point in time, when it was translated with the person who was channeling. Okay. As well as the instrument. Ra says, I am Ra. This is correct. And basically, this is an example. The instrument that was being channeled through was experiencing dizziness and some pain, or not pain, but discomfort. And the questioner last week was asking about the discomfort. And Ra said that the instrument was having two vibrations at the same time, one of positive, wanting to serve others, and one of negative, being in the vibration of self and discomfort of other people judging her for what she was doing. And in the last one, Ra said, you're always going to have that. And you have to decide where you want to vibrate. You know, you get to make the decision if you want to vibrate in the positive, service to self, service to others, or vibrate in service to self. But there's nothing that says that you can't vibrate between the two. Negative polarity and positive polarity are teachers. It teaches you something so that you can make a decision. Your likes and dislikes are part of third density. Your likes and dislikes teach you something. We go through illnesses and discomfort and having a common code for a reason. It teaches us something. If we get past the why me and ask why now, or what is this trying to show me, usually you find out is because maybe the energy is saying slow down. You're not taking care of your body well. Your body, mind, and soul. You're triune. You're multi-dimensional. You're moving through vibrational grids within 3D as you're growing and you're expanding. This is all Marcus and I have been showing you for the last 73 episodes. This is all Ra has been saying. This is third density. It's a learning platform, and we're human beings, and we changed it from play to work, or from explore and express to grind. And all Ra is trying to get us to see is that the positive polarity and the negative polarity are school books. Over to Marcus.
Whew. I gotta say, that light language. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Still feeling that, processing. There's a lot of emotions right now in this moment. Because I also have a friend that's in the hospital as well. And he just had 2 organ implants not that long ago. And he is dealing with on and off fever-like symptoms after this happened, the surgery. So it's kind of a little concerning because it's consistent fever symptoms. And he's been back in the hospital ever since the surgery, about 3 times now at least. And it's only been like not even a month. So he's someone that helps organize a lot of these festivals and just community events out here. And also, of course, he has a partner, a couple little kiddos. So we're holding the love over here. And man, our communities, one thing I got to say is, although there's adversity, the adversity brings our communities together, and we help and support each other in even deeper ways that show us that we are not just friends, we're not just community, but we are soul family. And that soul family instantly shows up. They're there, no expectation, unconditional, not needing to know like who you were in the past, any of that stuff, just seeing you as you are in the moment. And I'm just so grateful for that. And I'm grateful to be able to be there for others as well. Thank you all for being there for others too. Because I'm sure you guys do it too. Each and every one of you that are here live with us. If you're live with us right now, put a heart in the comment. What kind of color are you going to put? Man. One thing I've learned through life is that you always have to be able to find the joy. And that joy is like the light that shines into the tunnel. Wisdom goes a long way. And I'm thankful for the highs and the lows in the journey. I am thankful for the molding that takes place. And I'm thankful to know that all of you guys are being molded as well. Even if you guys are in the darkest place or the lightest, you're being molded by the Spirit. And with that, I feel like it allows energies to move and to not be so stuck, so to say, when we can accept that. And that's part of our free will, as Ra talks about. The free will of allowing yourself to feel what you feel in the moment and just be okay with letting it process. Because then to that process, it's able to let go. And then the rest can integrate. And then it's what's next. Next in the next present moment. And then the present moment of yesterday and tomorrow. But wait a minute. Are we going somewhere between the in-between that can't be seen?
Yes, we are.
Somewhere that has to be a melody of the divine as a human with free will. I don't know how else I can not allow my heart to spill. This green energy that you can see radiating in the back of me. Oh, man.
Oh, man. Lula says 1050 equals joy. Joy. And I know, guys, I probably just glitched, but the fact that my mother used to say to me, Sandy, can't nobody steal your joy. Just remember, you can always give it away. So when somebody walks up and they say something or do something, it's up to me to decide whether I'm going to let them be a killjoy on my joy, or if I'm just going to go, okay, see you later. I'm going to go have joy over here on this side of the playground. That's all Ra is saying. You get to make a choice. of where you want to play. This is what Ra is saying, that we get to make a choice. The person that signed on to be the body, the vessel, so that Ra could channel through her and other entities from Ra's from the collective of Ra. She signed up for it. She said, I wanted to serve. Meanwhile, there are other people in her group, not the immediate group, but maybe the group that's outside of the immediate group, saying, oh, that's a bunch of, Feldecarb. That's a bunch of bullshit. I tried to use a different word for, my curse words, but Feldecarb just didn't feel right. Bullshit does. And it brings a lot of stress upon her body, and her stress or her body started showing up in certain physical attributes: discomfort, dizziness. Her body hurting her. In one episode, not episode, but in one chapter, the questioner was talking about one of her organs. And I will use myself as an example. Whenever I go through stress, my body will be the first to tell me it shows up, and my body talks to me. Like, we can't handle the stress, Sandy. My hips hurt. I get dizzy. Sometimes I'm so focused that when I stand up, I just get dizzy, and I have to sit back down, and I have to take a deep breath, and I have to say, okay, I got to meditate, even if it's just for a little bit. This is all Ra is saying. It's how you approach it. It's your action about how you approach what is stressing out or distorting your body. And we're human. Our body is human. It's going to have these distortions. We're 3D. Even if we are sitting and looking at our 3D cells through our 4D consciousness, or 5D consciousness, or 144D consciousness, we still have a human vessel. And our higher beings and the consciousness that they are now open to look at are still asking us a viable question. What does this feel like? Why are you having this emotion? Why do we not like this? Why do we love this? We're still having the divine has a word, and it's stuck because it's an intimate relationship with the divine. It's intimate. It's as close as you can be, body, mind, and soul, to the realm of absolute from where we came. Or heaven, whatever you want to call it. Pure matrix, pure illusion. This is all Ra is saying, is we're entitled to choose. Let me take a sip. Right? The questioner says, I probably have felt no effect that I am aware of. Is this possible for you to tell me how we offered this service? I am Ra. The questioner has been offered the service of doubting the self and of becoming disheartened over various distortions of the personal nature. Ooh. The questioner says, I personally haven't felt any effect that I'm aware of. Is this possible for you to tell me how we offer this service? And Ra said, the questioner has been offered the service of doubting the self. So you felt something, you doubted yourself. Becoming disheartened over various distortions of the personal nature. This entity has not chosen to use these opportunities, and the Orion entity has basically ceased to be interested in maintaining constant surveillance of this entity. So when the Orion entity took the opening to come in and try to intervene while she was open, once the wholeness of the group was standing vigilant and holding unconditional love for her and doing the things that Ra suggested to do, the entity had no interest anymore. Why? Because the individual that was yielding or opening herself wasn't doubting herself. She was just feeling the uncomfortability in her body, but she was also holding more vibration in service to others. She wanted to serve and allow Ra to channel through her, so that others would get to know the knowledge too. And the entity that was kind of peeking or playing peekaboo, and in playing peekaboo was using up some of her vital energy and making her discomforted, it just gave up. It realized that it could not supersede her free will. Ra goes on to say the scribe is under constant, and that's the person that's doing the writing while Ra is answering the questions, to the questioner and through the channeling through the channeler. There's a scribe there. The scribe is under constant surveillance and has been offered numerous opportunities for the intensification of the mental, emotional distortions, and in some cases, the connection matrix between mental, emotional complexes and the physical complex counterpart. As this entity has become aware of these attacks, it has become much less pervious to them. This is the particular cause of the great intensification and constancy of the surveillance of the instrument, for it is the weak link due to the factor beyond its controls within incarnation. So the person that's being channeled through isn't being surveyed only. When we hold space for other people, we open up ourselves to the divine and to the energy, there are people that do come in with certain energies, some may want to test us. Some may just want to listen. Some come in to create chaos. When you feel it and you notice it, you have a choice. You can lean into the chaos and be part of it. You can lean back from it and decide what energy you're going to yield to or will for your highest and greatest good. That's all Ra is saying. Ra told the questioner, you thought you were impervious, but in the questioning that you kept asking over and over, you were doubty. We kept giving you the answer, and you kept asking. Right? And then at the end of it, reminds us that this is our incarnation that we took. Over to you, Marcus.
The incarnation that you took. It's interesting. Something came through me the other day, and it kind of had to relate to that. And it was the thought about getting to know thyself, as in astrology, numerology, human design, gene keys, life path number, all these different elements that we have that can be studied of the self, as in the human being. And what I kind of, downloaded or came to a thought about was how we potentially designed these alignments for our body to imprint so that we could incarnate into this very precise vessel to be able to imprint and express the certain characteristics that we need to in this soul incarnation as a human. So then I kind of gathered the thought process of, so it's like studying my numerology and my astrology, my human design. It's almost like studying my attributes of my human avatar or my human character. What I mean by attributes is like in a video game. We have these different attributes for our characters, different superpowers. Some of us have the clairvoyant superpower that's a little bit stronger than the rest. Some of us have the clairaudience that may be stronger than the clairsentience. And our attributes might fluctuate differently. And which ones are more of our primary, which one's more of the secondary ability for us. And that's like what I was really drawing from learning about our numerology, astrology, and things of that nature, is you kind of get in tune with the attributes of your character. And I've also found, I don't know how it is for everybody else out there, just about everything I've read when it comes to my astrology chart or my life path number, it just like, it makes me do the O thing. It's just like, oh wow, like this is so identical. And I don't know how many other people I've seen do that too. So with that being said, I just feel the message of it might be a good time to look into that kind of stuff. And another thing cool about that too is when you get to know other people around you and what their signs are and things of that nature, then there becomes like a compatibility thing where you can kind of see where you best suit with the way you use energy together. And of course, this is all take it or leave it. You can have your own systems of belief. And it's been very interesting when really unveiling these things, especially with others, and putting the energies together intentionally. So I'm curious, does everybody out there that's watching, do you guys know your astrology chart? Do you know your life path number or your human design? I know mine is life path 33. I'm a manifester in human design. And then I'm a Gemini sun, Leo moon, and a Scorpio rising. What about you, Sandy? What do you know about yourself over there?
Well, I've got it all in my notes. Life path 4, depending on how you spell my name. Okay, because the original spelling should have been a certain way, right? Vibrationally, and someone changed it because they thought that they knew, and they changed it. So I did both spelling, and I'm a life path 4 or either a life path, I believe it's 7. I think it's 7. And at this point, I mean, I went through when I was investigating numerology for my my first podcast of doing your divine self, I had to learn about me first. I had to use me as the guinea pig, and I just put, my name in there, my whole name, and it just gave me so much information. And I have it. I can't give you the little bits and pieces of the next series that I want to do, and I want to do it on numerology.
Oh.
Right? We did numerology in the first series, the embodying the universal laws, and also embodying the universal laws and numerology. And Marcus was a guest, and it was actually, you guys watch it. It's on YouTube, and I think it's in Instagram if you want to root around for it. It was almost 2.5 hours because we shared a lot of information about numerology. And so while Marcus was talking, I got a download and implode and opening of whatnot. And think about this. How magnificent is the Creator to put all of these things into place as we come in, as we, the entity, me, the entity Sandy, comes in to be formed in my mother's womb. The moon, the stars, everything are in perfect alignment, so that I would be able to look back and have, I'm sorry, I think we're having a glitch. Hold on a second. I'm sorry, I think we're having a glitch. I'm just trying to find it again. Okay. Hopefully we're back on Instagram. We just kind of had a little glitch. But it kicked me out. I don't know how many other people it kicked out, but that was probably that was probably Instagram, and we're not going to spend a lot of time talking about Instagram energy. So but what I'm saying is, astrology, numerology, all of these things. Think about how it gives it gives us information about ourselves. We're here to know thyself. All of ourselves, our mind, and I point to the brain. Those people that think the brain is the mind, I happen to believe that the mind is in every cell of the body, and the brain is the processor that processes the information in. So the mind and the body and the soul, so that we have access to all our information through our DNA. Our DNA strands are totally in connection with every vibration in the universe. Totally connected, totally tuned in, totally jacked in to the universe. Totally. This is what Ra is saying. Nothing is accidental. Nothing is on purpose, but nothing is accidental. Now, doesn't that make you go, The things that make you go, I think that's the song. Not in that key, though. So astrology is one way to know thyself. It's not the only way. And there are some people who teach astrology the wrong way, or the way that's not right for your highest and greatest good. Let's put it that way. There is a plethora of ways for us to learn about ourselves. It keeps opening up in every now moment. Whatever you call your now moment, however you label it. You can call your now moment tonight. Let's go to sleep tonight. That's your now moment. You rest, recoup, regenerate, you have a opportunity to sleep, rest, and then in your next now morning, you get to restart. Just like you have a restart key on your computer. Isn't that kind of amazing? Your computer has a restart. Your phone has a restart. You have a restart. You have an opportunity for a restart. It's called sleep. It's called napping. It's called sitting and having a daydream. It's you taking your mind, your egoic mind, and giving it like a moment to rest, giving it pause, and then having the opportunity to say, I think we'll reset. That's all Ra is saying, right? The questioner asks, is it within the first distortion to tell me why the instrument experienced so many physical distortions during the new times of its physical incarnation? I am Ra. This is correct. The questioner says, in that case, can you answer me as to why the instrument experienced so much during its early years? I am Ra. Were we affirming the correctness of your assumption that such answers would be breaking the way of confusion? It is not appropriate for such answers to be laid out as a table spread for dinner. It is appropriate that the complexes of opportunity involved be contemplated. So Ra just said, wait a minute, you want me to spread out this individual's information like it's a smorgasbord. What? Really? That's what Ross said. The questioner says, then there is no other service at this time that we can offer this fifth density entity of the Orion group who is constantly with us. As I see it now, from your point of view, there is nothing that we can do for him. Is this correct? Questioner is still asking the same question. This is correct. There is great humor in your attempt to be of polarized service to the opposite polarity. There is a natural difficulty in doing so, since what you consider service is considered by the entity non-service. As you send this entity love and light and wish it well, it loses its polarity and needs to regroup. Thus, it would not consider your service as such. On the other hand, if you allow it to be of service by removing this instrument from your midst, you might perhaps perceive this as not being of service. You have here a balanced and polarized view of the Creator. Two services offered, mutually rejected, and in a state of equilibrium in which free will is preserved and each allowed to go upon its own path of experiencing the one infinite Creator. So Rod just said, dude, you keep bringing back or bringing up the fact that this Orion entity is still peeking in when we just told you it's lost its interest. So basically, Rod's saying, you keep playing devil's advocate. What do you want this entity to do? You keep asking the question, except you change it up just a little to think that you're not asking the same question. I love Ra. I love Ra. Over to you, Marcus. I love Ra. I had to take that pause.
You hear that, guys? She loves Ra. Sand, Ra. I gotta say, there is tremendous ways within the one way. It's almost like no matter what we do, there's a chance to renew. So I think that's why we say, let us be at ease and cool like the breeze. Where do we have to be besides right here, vibrating and manifesting our destiny? But really, it's interesting though, when you think about just being here and just being in this time space, and how we really make up. We make up where we need to go next, or we make up inside of our mind, oh man, I gotta be there by tomorrow, this time, or else. Now we keep doing it again and again and again. It's free willing. And I just find it so interesting. It's like it's us that creates that, though. You know, like the structure, the days of the week that we follow, choosing to follow days of the week like that. And it's so fascinating. But then you have those moments where you're like, wait a minute, is today Friday? Because I thought it was Friday, but it's Wednesday. But I could have swore I just thought it was Friday. How about you? I don't know about you guys, but wow, have I had a lot of those moments lately. And it's interesting because it allows me to kind of have a tickle moment, so to say, with the universe, of like a little tickle on the side, like, oh, look, you're outside of the matrix in your mind. And then you pop back in, get back to it. Whew. Man, I gotta say, Ra is such a fascinating energy. Thank you, Shay. Sister Shay in the house. One of our lovely singer, musician, artist sisters. That'll actually be at my retreat coming up in next weekend, actually. I love you as well. Wise words and how our bond grows stronger. That's right. She's actually one of the sisters that is also supporting our brother that's going through his legal issues at the moment. So we are building those bonds and growing stronger together for sure. We're helping each other every step of the way, walking ourselves home. So with that, I want to invite everybody to maybe do a journal prompt or reflect on a question. And that question is going to come from the Lemurian deck for everybody to see. And we'll see what card is going to relate in this moment to the energy, if you feel called to receiving. Number 7, throat chakra. Express your truth. Ooh, got the beautiful blue butterfly rising out of its cocoon. And its cocoon is a Merkaba. Interesting. Blossoming with the angel wings. Wow. So the throat chakra is expressing your truth. Expressing your truth. Now, I gotta say, expressing our truth. This is one thing that really stands out to me when we express our truth is the vulnerability. The vulnerability that we're able to share for others to experience and pick up on, as in a way to deepen a connection or a way to help one another feel more harmonious or more supported, more connected with energy that is boosting and loving. I kind of think about that side of vulnerability when we express our truth. I think about those hard conversations that we have with somebody that we love or somebody that's close to us. But then that hard conversation turned into a deeper deeper bonding moment or a deeper understanding of chemistry. But if we never have those conversations, how will we know how each other feel? How will we know how someone is going through something mentally? Or if there's a certain way that we could help support each other a little bit better. So that's where the throat chakra comes in. Being vulnerable, expressing the truth, and being able to also listen as well. Being able to listen to others, allowing others to be able to release their emotions in a space that is, I guess, neutral in a way, where it can be expressed and just released and cleared and let go of. That's also with the throat chakra, the ability to listen and to discern energy. And discerning is our ability to filter, our ability to feel and sense if the energy and information that we are interacting with is healthy or resonant to our authentic energy. And that's what discernment is. You hear about discern the energy, discern the reader, things like that. That's what that is through your throat chakra, we pick up on the energy, and then we kind of listen, tune into our intuition, and feel our senses. Ooh, this makes me feel really good. This resonates. Ooh, this kind of makes me reject a little bit. This ain't for me. This might be for them, and that's okay. So that's discernment. So that's our card for this moment, is the third throat chakra. And we're coming out of our cocoons, some of us, and metamorphosizing in our truth of the blue flame, with the angels carrying us, protecting and guiding along the way. And don't worry, those of you that are still in the cocoon, you got butterfly actually as well, because your future self is already waiting. And back to you.
Your future self is already waiting. As you grow and expand your truth, right? Your truth was a belief that you vibrated in so much that it became your truth. And then you grow and you expand and you learn and you shift and you evolve and your truth changes. Marcus never said your truth had to be somebody else's truth, or your truth had somebody else had to pick up your truth and carry the torch with that. Your truth grows you, sustains you, allows you to shift and evolve, and then it becomes something else. And that cycle continues. Take your egoic self along with that journey. Your egoic self wasn't meant to be kicked out of your body. It sustained you and kept you alive long enough till you had a moment of recall. Your egoic I, that little I, is energy waiting to create for you. Sculpt it. Allow it to become for you. Grow, expand, become more. That's what truth is supposed to do. It's energy waiting to create for you more. So what do you want more of? Remember, You can be very vague and ask the universe for something very vague. You want more abundance, and the universe isn't going to say, well, you got to explain which abundance you want. The universe is going to tap in or dial into or turn up the volume or frequency of what your truth is about whatever you're vibrating in at that time. And if it's, for example, if it's lack and you're totally vibrating there, then guess what? The universe, that energy, that truth that you have vibrating right now is going to give you more of that. A lack of. What's your truth? What is it telling you? Is it for your highest and greatest good? Is your truth for your highest and greatest good? We've been told all our lives that we had to look outside of ourselves and make sure everybody else is taken care of. We had to follow along with their truth and make sure that their highest and greatest good was taken care of. What about yours? What does your truth tell you? Is it growing you? Is it expanding you? Is it helping you become more? Or is your truth telling you that you're looking at yourself in the eyes of of who you want to be based on someone else? Instead of, I want to be more of myself than I was yesterday. I'm only in competition with that person yesterday. Me, yesterday. So who am I stepping into the next time you wake up in the morning? That's what I ask before I even get out of bed. Okay, what's the next version of me that I get to step in today? And then my higher being says, well, what do you want to do today? And then I have to say, well, I want to create more. Well, create is very vague. What do you want to create? Oh, I want to step into the version of me that's creating more happiness all around me. Not me just being happy, but happiness all around me. I want to create a conscious listener, not just for people to listen to me, but for me to listen to others. I don't think I did enough of that yesterday. I want to do more of that today. That's how I woke up this morning. And I actually said, well, I want to change. I want to see my truth a little bit differently. That's why I'm blown away by the fact that he pulled a card and he's talking about truth. I want to see my truth a little bit differently than I saw it the day before. Because the day before, I don't think my truth served me well. Growth and expansion. I do have to get going. I know that we could just do this just a little bit more. But what I want to share with you is a quote from Lori Ladd. It's called Embrace the Power of Remembrance. Nothing is chance. You are a divine design within a larger divine design. You are awakening to the massive experiment that Earth intended and that you agreed to take part of right now, this moment. You came to play with her. Your higher being came from all around the vibrational quantum field to play with Earth consciousness, who had a intention. Earth consciousness wanted to shift and evolve with a human form, and she chose Earth plane as her body. And then she asked everyone she knew in all of creation to come play with her. And they came from everywhere with a desire to play. And the story is still being embraced with every expression of every individual that has ever been on this planet, that has ever served a story, a journey, that has ever showed emotion and feelings. They've all shifted and they've all evolved. They've all become. They've all left. They've all came again. They've been. They will be. Every moment in time, from everywhere in the cosmos, they answered the call. You answered the call. You didn't know what was going to happen, but you knew it was going to happen. You knew you were going to take a chance and have just a little bit of amnesia, be separated just a little bit from wholeness. But you knew you returned. You knew you had opportunity, that it would happen, that your intuitive eye would open and be just a little bit curious of the remembrance. Embrace your power in that. Move in your moments. Allow your stillness to move around you. Energy never stops moving, but it'll move slow enough for you to have a moment to ask an embodying question about what next, what now. Or you get to ask, how come now? Be fully you. Authenticity is not perfect. It's exactly who you are while you're being you. Be you in your fullness, whatever that is. So thank you for joining us this beautiful, beautiful now moment called Wednesday. We will see you next Wednesday. Same raw time, same raw channel. And all I've got to say is love and peace be unto you and your family, your friends, your story, your journey. Wholeness is yours. You were born that way. You were just separated for a little bit. Just a little bit. And then you woke up. Thank you. Okay.
Sandy. I thank you, Sandy. I thank you. Blessings. Thank you both. I don't know, Sandy. You sure it's time to go already? You gotta get going?
My dog is cutting eyes at me. If he could actually talk in human form, I think he'd be cussing me out right now.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yep. For Charlie. For Charlie, everybody.
For Charlie. For Charlie. He's 10 years old. He holds his bladder well, but I don't want to push it to a limit.
Absolutely. Well, with that being said, everybody, you guys can catch me tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time for Grand Rising of Christolight. And I will be live talking about Meldeck. I will be talking about Meldeck. So Meldeck is one of the planets in our ancient history, and it's been talked about in the raw material actually as well. And I'm gonna be diving deep and going in depth about what Meldeck is and a little bit about its galactic history with you guys. So I'll see you guys then. And then everybody else, including you, Sandy, you have a blessed night. And everybody, give a little bit of extra love to everybody today. One love.
One love.
You know we be with it, we off in the hood like some wizards. Nobody ever gave us anything. Missed something from nothing, just like magicians. Gotta relearn everything. Just to remember that I was forgetting. Just to remember that we had a vision. Did it all, don't know how I did it. Time to go start season to go and you know those crystal truths. Let them know we in here, yeah, we in the building. Start season to go and you know those crystal truths. Back up in the matrix, yeah, we know the vision. Start season to go and you know those crystal truths. Let them know we in here, yeah, we in the building. Start season to go and you know those crystal truths. Back up in the matrix, yeah, we know the vision. Off on the mission, you know how it goes. Off in the system, they turn up their nose. They took all the soil, but they didn't know. Through the concrete, you see the